clearly no three-strike rule. Now you've interestingly, very cleverly I must say, threaded on a thin line. You said, well, it's not really compulsory, but it's in a footnote. Well, is it compulsory or is it not compulsory? As a law professor, you will agree that either it is compulsory or it is not. If it is not compulsory, it is fine, because it is the case in Europe that the three-strike rule is not compulsory, and we're defending that. If other countries are willing to give examples or whatever, or that is not our problem, because this will not bind the ACTA partners. So, is there a three-strike rule in the negotiations? No. So again, you may call me a liar, but at least this is very clearly the Commission position, and I will stand by it.
Explaining how you, Mr. Devigne, can be right when saying that there is no three strikes in ACTA, and Mr. from Ethno's fear still be founded. Because what we analyze from the leaks, so probably they're fake and lies and so on, but we do what we can with what we have right now, is that we see a whole arsenal that is aimed not at forcing three strikes, but at inducing restrictions upon internet access. The civil injunctions, the statutory damages, and possibly the criminal sanctions will all have the effect to put so much pressure on the internet operators that they will be forced to agree on those so-called voluntary agreements and those contractual measures that altogether have only one single goal, that is to circumvent the due judicial process. This is what we saw in France with the Hadopi. This is to get rid of the need of demonstrating the prejudice of online file sharing, and this is what ACTA could lead to, according to every analysis of the leak so far. So I'd like maybe a comment from Mr. Devigne on this induction of any restriction, not only the three strikes and the internet cutoff, but it could be decrease of bandwidth, it could be blocking of websites, it could be protocol blocking and so on, inducing it through contract laws. Do you think this is something we should look for, is to apply restriction through contracts instead of due judicial process?
Okay, thanks for this question. Well, first of all, I'm happy that it begins to be understood now that there will be no three-strike rule, and I suppose that you will change the information you spread accordingly, because you have said everywhere that there is going to be three-strike rule. I say no.
You said they would be induced, not imposed, all the time.
Okay, well, that will be induced. It will not be induced neither. That is very clear. And, well, you can have it both ways. I mean, if you ask the questions, you have to believe the answer. If you don't believe the answer, why ask the question? So the answer is very clear. It will not be induced. And if you look at our acquis communautaire, we will strictly respect that, including the exemption of liability for ISPs, etc. This is what you're referring to. So again, you may call me a liar, but at least this is very clearly the Commission position, and I will stand by it.